In this location, the design requires a PhD 5, and despite the best plans of mice and men, we're off by at least 3/4 of an inch in the placement of our threaded rod coming up through the floor. So our options are to put a block, which isn't really great because that weakens the system, or we have to bring the hold down all the way up here, put a coupling on there and extend up to here because we're only allowed a 2% slope of that rod, so we'd have to go up pretty high to do it. Also, the problem you can obviously see if you've ever installed a PhD anchor, hold down anchor, you have to use 3-inch, 1/4-inch SDS screws, and those are so hard to screw in that they require basically an impact driver to do it, and that's pretty hard to do in a 90-degree application like this. So, in fact, it's impossible. We'd end up having to take out some framing. I don't know how we'd do it, to tell you the truth. Instead, we're going to switch to the RAS system, which is going to greatly simplify our application. We're going to drill a hole through this block, run the rod from there to there. It's over 10 feet, so we're going to have to add a little short piece and a coupling since our rod is, the maximum rod length's 10 feet. So we'll proceed and do that right now. This doesn't require any great high-tech measuring or anything. I'm going to basically eyeball this and put it similar location as to the one below. All right, so we've drilled the hole through. Run the rod up. I think we'll come down instead. We're going to have to pry this over a little bit. And in this case, the installation for the PhD 5, the design values for this particular hold down require 5/8-inch rod, so we didn't have to put a reducer. The first part of the coupling I inserted halfway into its length. Okay, it's tight. Place the next coupling in place. Because that's the cut end of the rod, it's a little stiff. There we go. So we're tightening this down to what would be the witness hole if there was one. Now I'm going to drill a hole through the top plate. Again, it's not rocket science. I can just eyeball the distance over, align it. Now we're going to extend the rod through the top plate. And connect it into the coupling. Okay, so here we are at the top plate. The threaded rod's coming through. This is just the cut end. I haven't had to trim the end in order to have the threads for a typical nut that would go on, because the RAS nut will just slide right over. Snug it up, line it up on the holes in the base plate. And the installation is complete.